Welcome to Order Militaris Radio TV, and we're lifelong Catholics, and what we do is all for free, and for the love of Jesus Christ, and for our Holy Mother, the Church, and we'll defend our Holy Mother, the Church. Today is Artsakh Genocide Day 3, and we will share with you the news with Brother Alexis.
Thank you, AJ, for having me on Order Militaris Radio TV. For this really tragic series, we're going to do a daily news report. Please like and share this program. You will not get this information anywhere because it's being censored on all platforms, and this is because the Azeri dictatorship has bribed almost everyone in the West, because the true backers of the Azeri regime are the Rothschilds who control the media in the West. So I know you feel very deeply about this issue, AJ, even to the point of coming to tears on the news that this second war has broken out and this genocide has begun. So let's just talk about facts on the ground. The media is saying there's been a ceasefire and no one needs to worry about anything. Is that true?
Fighting still continues. They're still shooting and killing in the outskirts of Steffenkerk. The capital city, still hasn't fallen yet.
There are reports that Artsakh has surrendered. Its government has accepted annexation, and their army has laid down their arms. That true?
The army, their head general, it's like, are you nuts? We're not going to lay down our arms. They have gone now into old school brass knuckle guerrilla warfare.
So at risk in Artsakh is 120,000 Christians, men, women, and children. And if these people were Muslim, Black, or Jewish, the world would just be going wild. But they're Christian, evidently. Genociding Christians is okay with everyone, left and right, around the world. And it's amazing how little outrage is going on, especially since the backers of the Azeri regime are the state of Israel, Russia, and the United States, and Turkey. And all those countries have lots of critics, but where are they now? So let's get into the details of the fact. What's the outrageous tweets or social media shares that are coming from Azeri accounts on social media that indicate what's really going on the ground in Artsakh?
So they've begun to behead civilians. They have begun breaking into the homes and into the basements and shooting up women, husbands, and children. And now they are posting on their social media accounts, that it is $600 for rape of Artsakh women and children. Another 600 for the heads of children, and $200 to $300 just for the ears.
So here we're at a level of barbarity that is absolutely unbelievable. This is why Order Militaris has immediately started a humanitarian fund, and we started running our ads on Gab, and AJ will share the links in the show. We are hoping that these people can escape. What you just reported about social media posts from Azeri accounts indicates we might be looking at one of the most horrific genocides and ethnic cleansings ever to occur in human history. What are the people doing? Can't they flee through the roads? Can't they flee from the airport?
No, it's all blocked off. All the roads are blocked by the Azeri terrorists. And if they try to leave, they're shot or beaten and taken captive, or worse. Then the Russian peacekeepers actually were trying to do their job and helping people flee across the Lachlan corridor, and they were gunned down and shot and killed.
So this is Nazi level, Waffen-SS level genocide. Where are all the Jews out there who are anti-Nazi, never again, no more Holocaust? Why are you being silent? So this is really outrageous what's going on. Everyone said where all these countries is recognize the Armenian genocide. You're going to sit by and let another one happen? I mean, that's just totally ridiculous. There should be an entire NATO air force over Azerbaijan right now, up all their military installations and putting them on a complete defensive posture. Where are they? NATO, Turkey should be kicked out of NATO for consenting to this. Should be kicked out totally from NATO forever for consenting to this. Where is the government of Greece, who's always concerned about Turkish aggression? They're going to let Azerbaijan get genocided off the fat and say nothing? Where, is the president of Greece going to side with his Jewish wife, or is he going to side with the Christians of Armenia? Okay. Same thing for the president of Poland. Is he going to side with his Jewish wife, or is he going to come out and speak for the people of Artsakh? And it goes for all the countries in Eastern Europe and in Western Europe and the United States especially. And I don't expect the government of China to say anything. They're doing the same thing to their people in the Gobi Desert. So this is just totally outrageous. It's absolutely clear the intent is to totally massacre the civilian population and to make sure no witnesses are allowed to live to report what's going on. But, if 120,000 people disappear, you can't say, they just flew away. Their bodies are somewhere. And Italy needs to talk about this, and Greece. They buy natural gas from Azerbaijan. There's a pipeline going from southern Italy all the way to Azerbaijan through Georgia. All those countries have blood on their hands, so they remain silent. This is outrageous. This is just totally inhumane and barbaric. This is satanic. What has the leader, has any statements been made by the Artsakh government? Are they involved in any kind of attempted negotiations with the Azerbaijan government to stop this?
Yeah, they were in Azerbaijan yesterday, sitting at the table and trying to work on deals on what to try to make it a little more humanitarian like and human like, and they couldn't agree on anything, so they left. And you saw a video on them trying to get back to Stephen Kirk on Twitter, but don't know if that really happened or not. And the trucks that got through the latching quarter the day before this happened were empty. It was for show.
It was a publicity stunt. You mean the trucks that said Russian and Red Cross on them?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of traitors on the other side of the border too, and the Russians are. So this is like what Hitler did when he started war on Poland. He claimed that he was being invaded. This is pretty much it. We were helping you, but you attacked us back. So what kind of disparity, what kind of unequal status is the Artsakh forces on compared to the Azerbaijan? What kind of weapons and what kind of strength is the Artsakh military forces compared to those held by Azerbaijan?
The Artsakh Defense Force have some modern weapons, I think, from the 90s, if we call that modern. And the Azerbaijanis, they have the most updated stuff they can get from Israel and Turkey, and who knows, even maybe from us at the United States.
Yeah, I think they do have some artillery that our National Guard gave them about 10 years ago. Statements by world leaders. What has President Biden said about this?
Yeah, that's up to this guy. What did Biden at the UN Security Conference yesterday? If we abandon our core principles to appease an aggressor, can any state feel confident they'll be protected? Then after he said that, he embraced and shook hands with the Azerbaijani foreign minister.
Yeah, so I guess he doesn't want any of us to have security. That's not surprising with Biden. Any other world leaders make statements?
Yeah, okay. Over 60 members of the European Parliament demand EU to sanction against Azerbaijan. Then Senator Mendes, committee in the Senate, is looking to put sanctions on Azerbaijan. sanctions on the Aliyev family, and to even try to freeze his assets. And I also pointed him in the direction of Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm. What further things should we know about what's going on the ground there in AJ, and what are Armenian activists doing around the world?
The Armenian activists in Yerevan are still fighting against the Pashin government, the Pashin police force, taking beatings every night, trying to get into the parliament there to get things activated, get so that the Armenian military with the new equipment can go across the border and relieve the people.
At least get them out. Isn't the Armenian government doing anything to negotiate like a ceasefire and the evacuation of the Armenians of Artsakh?
No, this is what they said yesterday morning. Armenia hasn't raised the issue of the evacuation of Nagorno-Karabakh. Armenians believe the right of Nagorno-Karabakh Armenians to live safely and dignified in their homes should be guaranteed. But if it's impossible, necessary decisions will be made together with Nagorno-Karabakh.
Okay, so let's at least hope and pray for this. But as you can see, this is going to be a humanitarian tragedy of untold proportions. Because I can imagine, even if there is a negotiation to get these people out, the Azeris will fire them as they come down the road, and it will be a massacre unless there is an international force. Any move by the UN to intervene and end this action?
Oh.
So this is the news from Artsakh, day 3 of the genocide. This is a terrible tragedy for humanity. This is a day of shame for the international community. It shows them up to be, what you're saying in your programs on the Bosnian conflict. The UN is like almost founded to promote genocide.
Mm-hmm.
It talks about stopping it, but when it actually happens, it does nothing. And when it has a lot of power, it could do something. And has there even been a meeting at the Security Council about Artsakh?
Yeah, that was what yesterday was supposed to be about. And some nations did call for sanctions and other things, but the Power Five permanent members who control everything, it's like, yeah, we hear you. No, we don't really. No.
So Great Britain, the United States, France, Russia, and China all decided to take no action.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because the Rothschilds control all 5 of those nations. If you want to know why they're all in agreement. The fact that all those nations are agreeing to genocide Christians should be a big wake-up call, because the family that controls those nations also controls your banks and your national treasuries. So you can help these people in Artsakh really only one way, is not by helping Armenian charities on the ground, who are going to be helping whoever is allowed to escape, and in all kinds of ways, from food, clothing, housing, and medical care, psychological care, and burying the dead. And this is going to hit Armenia like a brick, because they don't have a humanitarian organizations really to handle 100,000 refugees that could be pouring across the border. And so our Armenian Refugee Fund is to fund these charities, registered charities that are already existing and have proven results in Armenia. And we can do this from the United States, where we're free of any kind of political influence about raising the funds. So you can give by many different ways. You can give via Apple Pay, GPay, Zelle Pay, Wise Pay, Bankwire, and PayPal, or your credit card or Stripe. And AJ will put the links in the show notes for this program. I ask you to be generous. The more funds are raised, the more we can actually do to make a difference on the ground.
Yep. This is Order Military, Radio TV, signing off. Day is full.
Day is full.